The brand new EA Skate game is officially available to the public with its pre-release early access edition of the game, meaning now anyone with a PlayStation, Xbox, or PC can now finally play the brand new Skate game. So for this video, we are going to go over everything that you can expect when you first launch the game and what we can be excited for the future of Skate in general. I was a part of the early access playtest and have currently 50 hours played, and I can honestly say that this game is super fun and addicting. Once you actually start playing this game and blocking out all of the negative Nellies saying that it is just Fortnite and Riders Republic mixed with weird cartoon playstyle, you will soon realize that this is actually a great addition to the Skate franchise. If you come into this game expecting it to be Skate 3, then I suggest not playing at all, because at the end of the day, you're just looking for that nostalgic factor from Skate 3 and hoping that it's going to be in this game, which, spoiler alert, it's not. This is not a reboot. This is a completely different and brand new game. But in my opinion, this game is a mixture of all three Skate games in some way. There's goofy mechanics, just like in Skate 3, that are in this new Skate game. Then there's great street skating like in Skate 1, and there's a good mix of everything like in Skate 2. I actually think Skate 2 might be the most versatile throughout all of the Skate games. It really has a good mixture of everything in that game. And then I'd also just like to reiterate what the description of this new Skate game is, which reads, "This isn't a sequel, remake, or a remaster. It's the evolution of the Skate franchise," which ultimately explains why this game isn't titled Skate 4, but instead just Skate period. Yes, there are shades of every Skate game within this game, but this game was built on an entirely brand new engine and within an entirely different era of gaming, for better or for worse. So with all that being said, I think it's important that you enter this new Skate game open-minded so you can have a great experience, just like all of us playtesters have had the past few months. And I will say this, even if you love Skate 3, you probably will enjoy this game as well. I think Skate 3 is one of the best games of all time, and I am really enjoying this brand new Skate game. But again, don't go into this game thinking it's just going to be a reboot, because it's going to be far from that, believe me. Now let's transition into the actual game itself and take a deeper look at what is making or breaking this game. Let's start off with the actual gameplay of Skate. There are a bunch of different playstyles in the Skate franchise, which pretty much just leads every type of player to enjoy the game in one way or the other. This game does a really good thing at highlighting every single playstyle imaginable for a game like the Skate franchise. You can focus on street skating, which is probably most players' main attraction for these games. You can focus on vert and out of this world stunt skating, which I will say this, vert skating kind of sucks in this game, especially in bowls or just in vert parts in general. If there's one thing I'd like to get a buff in this game, gameplay wise, it's the vert skating. Skate 3 was great because street and vert were top tier, but in this game it honestly feels like street skating is like the main focus, which is pretty disappointing in my opinion, considering most players are going to want to enjoy every aspect of the game. But anyways, we have just about every Skate playstyle imaginable, with obviously the insane flying and stunt mechanics, which are brand new to the game, and probably most clips that you have seen of this brand new game are those like out of the world flying through skyscrapers type of clips, just out of the ordinary stuff that you wouldn't see in a normal Skate game. Maybe that's not entirely true. There are insane glitches in Skate 3, but you know what I mean. You can literally fly in this game, like literally fly. And I don't necessarily think that's a good thing that those clips are getting the most views, because most people are going to be turned off by the cartoon style physics for a Skate video game. But again, one of the main reasons why these Skate games were the most popular of the genre, because you can skate however you want. And this is where the new Skate game did really, really well in my eyes. Since we are in early access, I feel like the game is just going to continue to get better and better after these rollouts. The game feels super versatile to every type of skater in the game, which is perfect for the community. Every single player of the game can enjoy the game in one way or the other, which is what you want in a video game, especially an open world video game like this game is looking to be like. Now, since we are in early access, I feel like this game is just going to continue to get better and better as these updates start to roll out. I do want to talk a little bit about the settings for this game, As you can see, you really have full control of how realistic and unrealistic you want your player experience to be. You can change how strong the magnet is to grind, an FOV slider, there's tons of graphic settings, and even multiple different camera angle settings. The settings and full control of your gameplay is definitely something that most gamers will appreciate and something that the game did very, very well at. You literally get full control of how you want your game to be, and again, that is just going to be perfect for every single player that is coming onto this game. Okay, so we talked about gameplay, we talked about settings, so now let's go over the elephant in the room and ultimately the biggest gripe that people will have with this game. We're talking about the art style. I will admit I'm not the biggest fan of how these character models look, and I agree it looks like a Fortnite creative map with the Nickelodeon cartoon character on a skateboard. Now this art style is definitely going to be a turnoff for most players, but I can honestly say it kind of grows on you. Like I said, I have over 50 hours played, and you really just get used to the weird cartoon art style. At times it can look very rough, don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, the mechanics of the character really replicate a real life skater in a way that you wouldn't think is really possible for a cartoony like style game. Now, I'm not saying that I'm a fan of the art style, but it's certainly something that I got used to and I don't really have a problem with anymore. Like I said, the mechanics and gameplay wise of the game kind of overlap the cartoon kind of animated style, and as you're skating around on your board, you're not really looking at your character's face. You're kind of looking at your skateboard and your like feet and legs. You're not really focused on the art style too much, if that makes any sense. So although I think the art style is a little weird and wacky, I do think over time you kind of get used to it being there, and it's really not that bad at the end of the day once you actually play this game for a lot of time. Now let's go ahead and talk about the most important part of this video, probably the most important for most players, the game itself. Once you boot into Skate, you will find that it is literally online only. At the moment, there isn't any private sessions, or more importantly, a story mode. Not having story mode in a skate game just feels very wrong and super, super disappointing. This game really just feels like it has no backbone and structure. It really makes me nervous for this game's life cycle and how they are going to advance this game in the future. Right now, the only thing you can do in this game are these objectives that reset every single day. Once you complete these objectives, you get in-game currency that can be used to open up mystery boxes for in-game rewards such as boards, clothing items, player titles, etc. And that's it. There's really nothing to this game besides skating and grinding in-game currency, which is really not good. Now again, this is early access and we were given a little roadmap so we can kind of see what will be added within the next few updates. So here's the roadmap that they gave out a few days ago during the playtest in September. So on the left hand side it says we are building an ever expanding, ever evolving world that will grow over time in partnership with our players. Here is just a small taste of what you can expect over the next few months. And then it concludes on the bottom left, each season includes new skatable areas, new challenges, new events, new brand partners, new cosmetics, new tracks added to the soundtrack, and then bug fixes and quality of life updates. So that bottom left paragraph is actually very important because we are going to get new areas, which means the map is going to get bigger. There's going to be new locations. That is a huge plus because right now this map doesn't seem that large. So the fact that they are guaranteeing more places, more areas to skate and find new spots, that is a very, very good thing to look forward to in the future. And then looking over on the right side of this roadmap, we have Season 1, Season 2, and Season 3. Season 1, October 2025, which I'm guessing they're probably going to like fully release patch 1.0 to the public in October. I think that's what this means. So looking at Season 1, which comes out October 2025, we have 2 seasonal events, Skate Oween and 7-Ply Maple Harvest. We are also getting a Skate Pass, which I know a lot of people probably aren't going to like that one. It just seems like that is where gaming is heading, to these like seasonal passes and rewards. I mean, even Madden has a seasonal pass. Why does Madden have a battle pass? It makes no sense. But the game has to make some money. I think people are kind of forgetting that. Like microtransactions, yes, ruin pretty much every game, but this game is free. They have to make money in some way. So having a skate pass, that'll definitely help them create some sort of revenue. But again, I hate microtransactions. I think most gamers probably do. And then the third point for season 1, we get quality of life improvements, which is probably just going to be like minor bug fixes that players are bringing up throughout this early access period. And heading into season 2, which will be December, it looks like every 2 months will be a new season, except for season 3 it just says and beyond. So maybe it'll change after season 2, who knows. But this is where we start to get really decent updates. We get new co-op game mode, which again is needed for the game right now. I mean, I can't even imagine playing this game for 2 more months and not having like more in-game content. It's going to be pretty boring in my opinion. We get party voice chat, which is definitely going to be needed. There is no voice chat right now, so pretty much you have to be in a Discord call, Xbox party chat, PlayStation party. There's no other way to communicate on the game except for like messaging. And then we're also getting some new gameplay tricks. We're getting impossibles and improved hand plants. So that is also something to look forward to. New tricks are being added each season, which is definitely something to be excited for. And then we're also getting a much needed replay editor improvement. Right now, there are no keyframes. The replay editor is just buggy in general. It definitely needs an upgrade. And then heading into season 3, we're getting leaderboards, which will just make the game more competitive, and that's good. You need competitiveness in video games. We have open world collection, more character slots. I don't really see a point for character slots considering there's like no backbone or structure to this game, so whatever, that seems cool. We get tattoos, that's also cool. Player created parts, which again, this I can't wait for. The new game modes and player created parts, that is going to save this game in my opinion. So knowing that we are going to get player created parts and game modes, I think that'll revive the game a little bit and make it definitely more interesting to play than it is right now. And then we are finally getting new gameplay tricks, dark slides, and improved foot plants. We need dark slides, especially the comp community. I know they are fiending for dark slides for the trick lining and comp side of skating for this game. So after going over the roadmap, we can see that most of our concerns are going to be addressed regarding the state of the game when it officially releases. Right now, it's super stale and honestly kind of boring. I'm at a point right now where objectives and grinding for new cosmetic items just aren't hitting anymore. And I'm currently just roaming around trying to find cool spots around the map. I think that the skate game has a lot to improve on, but right now, just looking at gameplay and how fun it actually is to skate around and try new crazy stunts, it's actually pretty fun, and I'm excited for the future of this game. I'll definitely still continue to play it almost every single day. The roadmap is definitely promising. We need more content for this game. I don't know if it's possible. Can they just add a story mode? Even a little bit of a story mode, please. I think it would really help this game out. At the end of the day, it's a free open world online game, which I think most people are kind of forgetting. Like, yes, there are microtransactions, but it's an entirely free game, so maybe it's not that bad at the end of the day. I do, however, wish there was a little bit more content, but again, we're in early access. We can't expect that much out of an early access video game, especially how early this game really is right now. I think the future is bright. We just gotta keep waiting for these updates and season rollouts to continue to come out in the future. My key takeaways for this video: don't expect Skate to be Skate 3 or 2 or 1 for that matter. Relax, this is just early access and doesn't have a clear backbone yet. It will get there soon enough. I have faith in this development team to make this game what it truly should be. Don't know exactly what this game should be yet, but I'm sure they will figure it out and it will get rolling pretty quickly here. And lastly, just try to enjoy this game as much as possible for what it is. This is a game we have been waiting for since 2010. Try new tricks, fly off of buildings, and just head into this new skate era as open-minded as possible. But thanks for watching. I'm going to be uploading skate content every single week, so please subscribe if you are new. Run up this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.